United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, you got your roll call. Would somebody make a motion to approve the previous minutes?
So moved.
Second. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Citizens report. Does anybody want to address the council? PDS report, Andy.
There's not a lot of new action on zoning. We found some sort of dilapidation going on at 411 Main Street, which I think is a split family top bottom. There's a balcony that hangs off of there, and the roof's rotted out and the floor's rotted out. And there's an inside door that exits to that balcony, so it seems like a safety concern.
Where is this?
That's a single-family dwelling.
The one on corner of Moore and
On the right
Main.
side.
Oh, these.
Yeah. So
Moore and Main.
they've been notified. 1757 high water, that's abated, that's done. 1750 is abated. 1637 high water, so a lot of cleanup on high water. And we still got, 20 plus, around 20 open cases, but everything seems to be going well.
All right. Mikey?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Is this a spot you might want to talk about that email I sent out about the changing of the zone? Or you want to do
Oh,
that?
yeah, you want to bring it up about, that's for down this end, right?
In that neighborhood commercial zone.
Explain what we were talking about, Mike.
Did everybody get my message through?
Email,
Brittany?
yeah.
It hopefully explained everything well enough, but the crux of the whole thing is that one of the residents came to us, I guess, two separate council meetings, and requested some help in the fact that the current zone of neighborhood commercial disallows them to sell their properties as residential property, which is accurate. Because we set it at neighborhood commercial, which doesn't allow residential properties. So in order for them to sell their houses, they have to get I guess paid cash in order to sell them. There was one property that actually took place that way.
Right.
To the best of my knowledge, that they did buy it with cash to be able to do something with the property. So, and I was asked to check with the Villa Hills city administrator, and what I did was I did not contact him. What I did was I went back in my file and took a look at, I guess, our methodology when we set that zone. I can't recall, I didn't have a bunch of notes on why we set it as neighborhood commercial, but because we went through so many things, it was difficult to keep tabs on everything. But anyway, I seem to recall us kind of talking through that area. And if you know, as explained in my email, from the lagoon area all the way down to the laundromat, that's considered downtown core, both from the riverside and on the south side of Pike Street, to include all the way to Shelby. So anything on the north side of Shelby Street is also considered downtown core in that same location. And then I think we chose to identify the next section of homes along that same corridor area. I seem to recall us talking about trying for some other type, some other mixture use or mixed use of there's around 28 to 29 properties that is impacted with this zoning change to neighborhood commercial. So it offers a little different picture versus downtown core. It's similar, but not the exact same, but it does restrict residential properties. So in order to help these, I think it's right that we change it. And again, when we started this whole Z21 project, none of this was set in stone. I mean, it was something just to get a futuristic look into the zoning of the city of Bromley and try and incorporate similar look between Villa Hills zoning down the Route 8 and Ludlow zoning all up through the river. So we did our best to stay with that, and we're pretty close, especially when you go from the current neighborhood commercial zone, you jump into, I think it's Riverfront Industrial, which is BP. It also includes Hammett's area and that whole area. So that's zoned now currently Riverfront Industrial. Then there's a little bit of residential large lot, okay, before you leave Bromley, which includes the Bailey's old area and all that jazz. So that's considered residential large lot, which is appropriate, and it is appropriate. I think it needs to stay that way because it's pretty good sized pieces of property there that could be developed, you know, a little different than what it is today. But if somebody wants to come in and build more residential, more riverfront condos or something like that, that could occur, okay? Villa Hills looked at their part, and that's what was suggested, is that when you leave our city, you jump into what's called riverfront development. A little different than riverfront industrial, and different than downtown core, different than neighborhood commercial. Okay, so there's a lot of mixed use. I think you got the information that showed you what's actually allowed in that section too. And I think he was recommending that the gentleman that came here was recommended that we change the zone of from neighborhood commercial to riverfront development. In order for us to stay a little consistent within our own city, I'm recommending that we change that neighborhood commercial, because it's only impacting those 20-some homes. Include that in the downtown core area, because downtown core does allow for residential properties. That's the best way I can describe it. Unless I'm wrong in what I'm seeing in the document, but and all this will be what Andy and I will do is we'll make sure that what I'm recommending is in fact exactly what's going on. If we change that zone that is currently neighborhood commercial to downtown core and incorporate it in that. But I've got the information here if anybody wants to look at it. But it does indicate single-family residential allowed in downtown core. Okay?
That's more in line with Villa Hills.
Well, it stays in line more with our own vision of Bromley, because we're not having, you know, this little pocket of neighborhood commercial sitting right in the middle of, in between everything. So it's downtown core, downtown core, which is, you know, there's a lot of diverse ability in that area. And then it'll go downtown core to riverfront industrial to riverfront development as you go through this area. That makes more sense to me than going downtown core, riverfront development, riverfront industrial, and then riverfront development.
Okay.
That just makes more sense to me. So
Good to me.
that's a recommendation on my part. So Andy and I'll get together and we'll.
That's gonna be an amendment that has to.
Yeah, we'll have to go before the board. Yeah, so we'll confirm everything is correct in what I'm recommending before we come back to council and go for this change if we do in fact agree to do it. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
I had two more points on zoning that I forgot to mention. That same gentleman had come to the council meeting, said that there was a tree that was not in so great shape that was imposing on one of his properties down here. And that's, PDS sent out a notice and that's been taken care of. Corey also put the trailer park here between high and low water there, kind of on his radar, because it seems like there are some folks living in camper trailers there currently, and that is against zoning. So that's being sort of
It's-
actively looked at as well.
It's against the zoning.
It's against zoning.
Zoning, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then they need to look into it, you know?
Mhm. That's all I had.
Okay. All right. Police committee, we got Officer Riddle here, he's gonna go over the report.
So I'm here on the chief's behalf. He was not feeling well today. For last month, we took 3 reports, 4 parking citations, 9 traffic citations, 0 arrests. There was a warrant filed for theft. We had 68 calls for service, 33 vacation and special area checks, 7 assists for fire EMS, 2 parking complaints, 17 traffic stops, and then 19 other calls for service. Does anybody have any questions or anything for me?
I do.
Go ahead, sir.
I was down at the lot that we're looking to lease that's behind, I think it's Pleasant, is it Pleasant View Church? Or, yeah, down here at the bottom of Roman Street. There's actually a trail that goes back and down on the riverbank.
Yes.
And we found a tent back there.
Yes. I actually personally, somebody had came up to me and complained about that to me, so me and another officer went down there. We did locate the individual. That part of the property is the sanitation district, so
Yeah.
I went over there and contacted them and let them know that there was somebody back behind there, because at the end of the day, it's their property.
Right.
So, but that was looked into.
Okay.
And we did let them know, so.
Gotcha. Also, on our community page on Facebook, someone shared a video of their Ring camera. I guess there was a gentleman walking around checking doors. And I think the post said that they stole something out of their car. The video doesn't really show that, so I thought it was a little bit confusing. But
That's on North Street.
it's happened, and there's video of it.
Well, they were on North
Oh,
Street
okay.
also.
Yeah. So I just want to bring that to your attention.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but we can definitely look into that one.
Okay, and I've gotten 2 complaints on a Chevy Traverse that's parked on the wrong side of the street, pointing the wrong direction on Boone, and it's been that way for weeks.
Mhm.
So I didn't know whether, this is Boone.
Yeah, I don't think that we've looked into that one either. I know Chief did have us look at several parking complaints, especially on Roman area. We did take care of those, but I'll definitely look. You said that's on Boone Street?
Yeah, it's a white Chevy Traverse, and it's just over here by the church. I think they live in the multifamily there on the corner. They're just parking, going the wrong direction, or on the wrong side of the street, pointing the wrong way, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll let the guys know and we'll take care of it.
All right, thank you.
Is that it? Oh.
I got a question.
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
noticed an uptake in 18-wheelers back on low water?
I haven't. I know Officer Prater got out with several of them. Most of the time, it's been like parents with their children, and we kind of just told them like, look, don't be riding on the streets. We never really taken any enforcement action beyond that, because most of the time, once we've seen somebody doing it, we haven't caught them again. So, but I have seen like mini bikes and 4-wheelers and stuff riding around on the streets, and anytime we see them, we have addressed.
No, like the big 18-wheelers.
Oh, the 18-wheelers?
Yes.
Yes. Officer Prater has cited several people
Okay,
for that.
all right, good, because we've noticed more of them.
Yeah, we've been watching it. Yeah, I would say it has been happening more frequently than it has in the past.
Yeah, I watched one come across the little bridge and then had to go up, was that Amsterdam?
Yeah,
About took out that house, didn't I? I thought it was gonna fall right there. I
yeah.
thought it was going over.
I guess they stayed away for a little bit and thought they were
Yeah.
safe to come back.
Yeah, from my knowledge, any officers that have been dealing with 18-wheelers, they have, traffic enforcement has been taken upon them. So
Okay,
we're not
good.
giving them warnings on that. We've been very strict with that.
Good, okay. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Officer Riddle. Okay, fire department.
You've been busy.
Yeah, good evening. Happy holidays, everybody. You have my report in front of you. Any questions? Attach a picture of our tick that we just got with the Fire Commission grant. Assistant Park Hills Fire Department with a few fires in the last couple of weeks.
Pretty big ones.
Yes, sir. Attached is a progress report for our retention program that we have going on with the SAFER grant. It's going pretty well. We've got a few people getting ready to graduate out of it, for lack of better terms. They've gone through recruit class, they've gone through EMT class. We have one that's finishing up med class. I think she graduates 15th. That's a Monday, I don't remember. And then we got a few more that are, going to start the process behind that. So we're getting ready to start EMT class and recruit class in the first of the year.
Okay, anybody got any questions for Mike? Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
All committee, Diane?
I just had one. We've got a little electrical problem downstairs. None of the outlets on the outside are working. So I'm waiting for the electrician to have time to come down and check on
Did anybody check the breakers back in the back?
it. That's a good
I'll go
question.
down there and check the breakers. Okay. It could be a breaker be tripped. Somebody plugged something in down there and drove too much electricity with
I would have thought Pat checked that, but I did not,
Yeah.
so.
I will check that.
I'll go check that for you. I'll
Okay.
check it tonight.
All right, well, let me know, because I do have the
Yes.
call into the
Yes,
electrician.
yeah, let me
Okay,
check.
that's all I've got down at all.
Okay, well, thank you. Road and light, Dave?
Road and light. I went down and checked the intersection of Pleasant and Pike. If there's a stop block there, if you go past the stop block, the cars parked on Pike Street does block the view a little. If you stop short of the stop block, then you're able to see down along the sidewalk and any traffic that's coming up the road. So at this point, with the yellow curb on Pleasant Street, that's to allow cars to be able to see down through there when they're turning out on Route 8. So at this time, we're not going to make any adjustments for that. Snow crew's ready to rock and roll this weekend. It sounds like we're going to get 3 to 5. Did anybody have any issues or problems with the last snow removal?
No.
Okay, good. They are marking ahead of time for those speed humps, and they did well this last time, didn't pop any up, so it's their company and they put them down, so I think we could hold them responsible if they do.
They do. Do you think that that street plate that's there at Boone and Steve Tanner is susceptible to getting hit too? Because they didn't asphalt around it or anything like that.
When did they just put that down there?
It's been months.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
the
been our
water
long time.
district?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the water district reports that email that comes out. It goes to the water district, SD1 and cities, and we don't put any plates out.
No, I know.
So I will make sure
Or
that.
just let them know
I'll make
to be
sure,
careful,
yeah.
that's all.
So that's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up.
Also, Dave, in regards to Pike and Pleasant, was that the same corner with the complaints regarding the car that was parked too far out for turning?
Yeah, the Ghostbuster car.
Yeah, so in checking the voicemails this evening, that gentleman, I assume, who owns that car, had stated that word traveled back to him that it was an issue during a council meeting, so he has since been made aware and has moved his car and said that it should no longer be an issue. So he has acknowledged it just for awareness, so it shouldn't be an issue anymore. So
Well, good.
just to let you know.
Yeah. That's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Dave. Jack, you got anything we'll bring up at this time?
No.
Okay, Attorney Matt, you're up.
So just have 3 updates for everyone. One being the 240 Shelby liens that have kind of been ongoing. I spoke to Kentucky Land Title and gave them that offer of compromise, and I don't know, expecting to hear back within the week or something like that. I'd anticipate it's gonna get paid I think it's more coming to terms with it. So, which is not the city's problem, not my problem either. So I'm not worried that we're going to go left and have to go somewhere else. You got to remember that the title agency missed it, so they made very clear they don't want me contacting the homeowner. So I'm confident it'll get resolved. So my hope would be that next meeting it's a non-issue and it's been satisfied. With respect to 305 Main, that's inactive foreclosure status. They are in default, meaning they have not filed an answer. I am on the motion docket for Kenton Court on January 5th at 9 o'clock. That's on a Monday, for a motion for default judgment, summary judgment. Essentially, county's answered, a couple tax lien companies have answered, the defendant, the owner hasn't answered, so we just want to go ahead and proceed with foreclosure and refer to the master commissioner. So absent them filing an answer or showing up, can't predict the future, but generally there's no reason it wouldn't be granted.
For what address?
305 Main Street. And then it was voted on to foreclose on 102 Kenton. They also have several liens that foreclosure has been filed. We're still in the answer deadline window. So if the hope would be they get notice, they get served, and then they say, okay, how much do I owe, and it gets paid, and then it's done. The worst case being that they don't answer, and then I shouldn't say worst case, but a longer case would be they don't answer, and then I do the same thing that I just referenced on 305 Main. So
305 Main has never responded.
they have not. No, there's maybe 4 defendants, but the actual owners of the parcel have not responded, so therefore they're in default, which is kind of common in foreclosures, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can't predict what's going to happen with 102 Kenton. So, but I mean, regardless, the liens are the liens. They're there. So we'll deal with it. I'd say by next month I can give you an update on it. Yeah, sure. Definitely with deadlines. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Ways and means, Mike?
As far as the reports for the month of November, everything looks good. However, if you remember, I notified everybody about issues we've had with the foreclosure fees that we've received as revenues, and that is way above our anticipated fee in our current budget. So we're going to have to amend the budget, and we'll next month, because we're about 50,000 on the good side. I mean, showing over. But if you recall the issues that we were having with BP and the franchise fees, we need to amend the budget since Terry has worked out, I guess, the process of getting things straightened out between Bromley and Kenton County, meaning that number is probably going to stay the same. So we're going to be keeping that money. And that other issue, if you remember, that BP filed for past overpayments that we gave them, she's still working on that. So it won't impact any other part of the budget. That part won't, but those franchise fees are going to stay as is. So we're keeping the money. And that's been worked out through the county. So Michael put a letter together explaining the amendment to the budget. There's two other items that need to be addressed during the budget too. They're really minor. One's increased revenue. I think we're over by $40. It's parking fines. So that's one. And another one is we're a little over on building maintenance because of some stuff that we decided to do through the meetings that we've held, like the cleanup or the issue with the patio, the fans, and all that good stuff. So it's like 1,000 over or something like that. So that's an expenditure we're over. So we'll address that with an amendment next month, and you'll get a letter from the mayor explaining everything, and then Matt will put together the amendment. That's all I got.
All right, thanks, Mike. Sam, do you have anything? With cold weather, probably not much, huh?
The only thing at the park was Jack take the net off the pickleball.
Yeah, I noticed that,
To
yeah.
save that until it starts to warm up again.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
And people have been messaging with interest as to using it and whatnot, so I think it'll be a kind of a big deal once people spread the word in the summer. We've received messages on Facebook and such.
I do want to ask, did we make a concrete decision on whether we were going to fence that in or not?
Yes, we do plan, he does plan to fence it in.
Okay,
Do
cool.
we get any budget numbers on it yet, or?
Not yet, because we
Okay.
were going to wait till springtime.
I think there was a consensus.
If we get it done before this budget is over, let's amend the budget to include that if you've got a number.
Yeah,
It's easy enough to get somebody out there to give us a
Okay,
number.
let's do that too.
yeah, that way.
Okay? Get a number for the fence, the estimate for the
Yeah.
fence? Okay.
Cool.
Okay, thank you. Insurance, Kelly?
I really don't have much. Tomorrow, the gentleman's come in, Mike's gonna walk him through everything in the city to
Yeah.
just make sure everything's where it needs to be. As far as the parade, I just had an update from Paula that a decision will definitely be made tomorrow, on Friday, because of the snow coming. I mean, if we're just getting a little bit of snow, probably won't be too bad, but if we get as much as we can get, I don't know what'll happen there, but I'll pass the word along as well. As soon
Right,
as I hear.
because you might have to cancel it,
Yeah.
good chance, The bad thing about the snow, then you have a parade, you got people throwing snowballs at the parade. That's happened
Well, they're not
before.
throwing
Yeah.
candy or anything because they don't, it's gonna be dark and they don't want the kids coming out
No,
in the street.
Yeah,
So people shouldn't be, but you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Also, I directed Jack to go ahead and take care of the truck to replace that City Bromley, and it was on the side that's faded and peeled off.
Mm.
And Jack's gonna try to get that done this weekend,
Hopefully coming Friday,
supposed to be coming Friday.
I guess, as long as the weather's good.
Right.
I mean, I haven't heard that,
But
but they're supposed to come Friday.
Are they gonna do about the same logo,
It's
Exact
the
same.
exact
that
same.
same thing?
It's just a little better quality, the thickness of it. It's
A little
fine.
thicker, won't peel so easy. Okay. Okay, well, I got, on the mayor's report, we need to appoint somebody to PDS council. Andy, were you on that?
Yeah.
You gonna stay on there, right?
Yeah, I'll stay,
Okay.
unless you guys don't want me there anymore.
No, then we have to take a vote to have Andy remain on that.
I'll make a motion that we continue with Andy on the PBS council.
Yes, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Okay. Committee, to set the committee reports. Make a motion.
I make a motion, Tim make a motion. He raised his hand. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Old business. And I know you got something, Andy.
Yeah, on the screen here is where the lots have been separated down there on the riverfront. So very soon, the city is going to have riverfront property, which I think is really exciting.
On a lease, so.
Oh, well, yeah, well, we got
We
40
don't own
years.
it yet.
We got
Mike's
40,
like,
we got 40 years on the left side of the screen. I might not be, I probably won't be here in 40 years. So, the track 4 is, that's where the, if we get the grant, the boat ramp will go. It's actually a lot bigger than what it looks like when you walk back there. So plenty of room behind the church for trucks and trailers to park their boat trailers. We also, I didn't realize until the survey was complete, we picked up about a, 10 feet?
Yeah, 10 feet.
Wide there, access to
The street.
Pike. So if, I would say depending on usage of the boat ramp, if we need to open that up as a pull through or pull around, it's just wide enough to where we could build a lane out to Pike. So I would say it just depends on usage, when we get the boat ramp.
If we have traffic jams.
Right. And then the other side is going to be the soccer fields. I'm not sure why they split off that little section there. I think Mike Waugh had discussed using that as parking for the soccer events. And he has pushed back a little bit. He wants to renegotiate the lease on that lot a little bit about concerning if SD1 would terminate the lease, how long he would have to
Finish his
get his
season.
affairs in order, maybe even some back compensation for any work that's been done on the lot. So we'll have to go back to PDS with that on his behalf, see if it's amicable with them.
PDS or SD?
Or SD1, sorry. And, but the boat ramp, I'm waiting for the final draft on the survey. Once I have that, I will pass that off to SD1. We should get the final version of the lease agreement, and hopefully we can enter into that in January at the next meeting, because the boat ramp grant submission is due at the beginning of February. So I'd like to have that in order if possible. If not, I mean, we've got enough to show that we've got it in the works anyway, so I think we'll be okay.
Andy, before you move off that.
Yeah.
I had a discussion with building grass down there as to when they're going to restore that lot. And it's the timing is just right for them to get out by the time, and he's ready to get in there.
In the spring?
In the spring. The timing's just about right. So I would get those two guys together, and maybe those two can work something out between the two of them, because he's responsible for a specific methodology in restoration. So.
What was it called, building crafts?
Building crafts. So.
Get him with Mike, let him
There
have
might be
Mike
some
work.
economic savings there.
Because if they don't, it just prolongs it.
You mean some stuff that they could potentially do on their way out that could be beneficial to him?
Yeah.
Is that-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If he's willing to give them some money to do something special,
Right.
and it may save him some money
Mike
too.
too, yeah.
Okay.
As long as, and I'm sure SD1 will follow right through.
What's the gentleman's name?
I have to get it for you.
Okay, yeah, if you just want to send me his contact information, I'd be happy to pass that along.
Because there's grass seed that's turf strong for fields and baseball
Okay.
and soccer and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay, that could be helpful. Any other questions on the survey, boat ramp stuff? In your packet, I included an ordinance, proposed ordinance on short-term rentals. Short-term rental is basically a term that encompasses Airbnbs or Verbos or any sort of those short-term rental things. Kelly Dudley and I worked on this together. This would limit no more than 10 short-term rentals within the city.
Is there a reason for that? I mean, I'm just.
I just kind of pulled the number 10 out of the air because Covington's ordinance was like 200. But we're,
Ratio.
yeah, we're a much smaller community, and I just can't see more than 10. I imagine most of them will be sort of down in that zoning area that we were talking about that's got Riverview. That's where people would want to run an Airbnb, sort of a getaway sort of thing. I mean, that could be changed to any number.
I was just curious.
Yeah. There's an initial license fee of $500 if that's something that someone wants to do. Well, a reoccurring $250 fee annually. There's also structure in here for enforcement for bad behavior. So if the police were to be called to the property more than 3 times within a calendar year, the council could revoke their license. So there's a lot of safeguards in this ordinance as well to protect not only the city but the neighbors as well. So if someone could be taken out of that. It also states that one individual cannot have more than 2 licenses. So no one's going to come in and just run up the place and have it all. So I would like to, and I have to talk to Planning Development Services about this as well, because I think it has to it would have to go before a board to be included within our zoning. But I think we would need council approval before it heads there.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, Matt, if you would be able to
Well,
sort
Why
of.
don't we take care of both of them at the same time?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then we can get it set for next month.
Yeah, I haven't read, I mean, I've read this, but I haven't done legal analysis on it because this wasn't brought up yet. So I
Right.
would like the opportunity to, it's kind of the wild, wild west right now, which is good for the city. I know that months ago, it's crazy, it's kind of coming up on a year since I've been here, which is crazy to
Wow.
think, but there's lobbyists that are wanting to eliminate the city's ability to do this, and so they can come in and pounce all over the city. So far that bill is not passed and all that. So, but no, if you don't mind, I'll look at this. I think the biggest thing is making sure that you don't want to get above 29 days, because then you start.
It specifies no more than 30.
Okay, we might want to, let me do some
Or,
legal.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you need to zhuzh it and then bring it back.
So what I'm
on
gonna
a
do,
version
I'm
we
gonna
can
take
vote on.
this and then I'm gonna put it in or the format that I've been doing for the city, and then I'm gonna do legal analysis on it, and I'm gonna be more comfortable at 29 days. I can already tell you that,
Okay.
if you don't mind. So, but I'll draft it up and talk to you about it next month at the council meeting.
I need a definition of judge. Whatever judge is.
Minor adjustment, you just zhuzh it a little bit,
Titch.
Yeah.
Change it to titch.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Andy, he's gonna look over, he's gonna bring it back to council.
Okay, that's wonderful, thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
The last thing I had, last year, we all voted to give council members a raise. And I've done a little research. I went through Kentucky census data, and I reached out to some of the communities around our side. And it's been really fun calling other cities. Some folks are really talkative, but it's been interesting finding out what's going on in other communities. On average, cities around our size, anywhere from $50 to $150 a month. So I think our proposed $175 or whatever it was at the time was a little too strong. Council voted, I think, not quite unanimously at the time for that pay raise for council and the mayor as well. But KRS stipulates that it has to be done before May of when an election cycle is oncoming. So I thought I would just go ahead and bring it up now. I think our council is a little bit more involved than some other cities, simply because we don't have a city administrator or a city manager to do a lot of the day-to-day operations. It's all delegated out to individual council members. And I think bumping it up a little bit would make it a little bit more attractive for anybody who might want to throw their hat in the ring and run for a council seat. So I just want to put that out there for discussion.
I'm all in favor of it, to be honest with you.
Somebody wanna make a motion, then we'll just go ahead and move on with it.
I'll do that. I'll make a motion that we move forward with Andy's recommendation.
So my recommendation, just to be clear, would be $150 for council members over the current $100. And the mayors would also get a $50 increase.
150 to 200.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Anything else, Andy?
That's all I had.
Anybody else got anything on new business they can bring up?
Is it new business?
Old business?
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, new business.
I just had two things I wanted to maybe bring up and see what you all thought about them. One, I noticed when we were down doing the tree lighting the other night, I think we need some kind of a light facing down on the memorial. And there's a pole there at the corner.
Okay.
I don't know if we're allowed to attach anything to that pole. I know the flagpole has like a solar one.
Okay.
And I asked Jack if that was something we could get for, to put on that pole, and he said that one doesn't, it flops and it doesn't get the sunlight.
Right.
So I don't know if like an actual solar one would be,
First we find out whose pole it is.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
Duke's or if it's whose pole it is, but.
Well, you can usually tell if there's electric wires attached to it, if it's just
Do you
phone
remember,
wires.
Andy? Was there electric on that pole on the end?
It should be Duke's pole. They're all Duke's pole.
Yeah, it
Did you
had a
do ground
line.
ones?
Or even, yeah, ground that would come up, you know, that, I said that too, we could put them in the grass and they could be ran through electric that way, you know.
Well, we can do that because we already got the electric out.
Yeah, there's electric there.
Start to say you ran the
I just thought it
electric.
would look nice with it being lit up and, you know, coming from the ground up would be nice as well.
Yeah.
That gives it kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
lights are SD1.
I just think as pretty as they are,
Yeah.
you know, they should be.
It's really close to the sidewalk though, so you don't have a lot of room.
I wonder if we can talk to,
Last year's budget, we actually had landscaping lighting in the budget.
okay.
They got taken out, I think, for this cycle. So if you want to do something really nice, that's another thing.
And we can talk to Tony.
Well, we can also amend the budget to include this also. So if we can get some prices right away, so we can all do all this at one time,
Right.
is my recommendation.
Jack, you know Tony, you've talked to Tony. Could you reach out and ask him, you know what I mean? If it's something that he would do. He would do. If not, we'll have to find somebody
Yeah.
else to do.
I'll
Okay.
contact them.
Okay.
And then the only other thing I had, wasn't there a mirror, like one of those round mirrors that was at the end of, it was either Moore or Kitten across the street?
Yeah.
Or
It's no longer there. I don't know where it went or
There used to be one at.
somebody took it down or it was supposed to be taken. But anyway, I think there and at the end of Moore would both be a good spot to put mirrors back up because if you're coming out, you can't really see either direction. You kind of got to edge out there a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for an accident to happen in one of those two. Boone doesn't have a problem because we've got the four-way, but the
Right.
other two don't. And I thought when I said something to Andy, I said, I think there used to be a mirror, but it's no longer there, so I don't know where it went, but
We
What was the
put
second
the one up
Kensington
as,
Lane?
Kitten and Maine and Moore and Maine.
the one that was up on the pole got hit. I don't know if it's still in the garage or not. We can order another one, but we're gonna have to mount a pole on the other side of the sidewalk and then let it show. The one on Kenton, the one on Kenton Street is still there.
Make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, I think
The one
you-
on Main, or Moore,
Yeah.
I can go bigger.
Because it was too far away to see
So you-
whether anything was.
You're suggesting put that one back and then add another one
Mhm.
on Shell, or Boone?
Mhm.
Is that what you're saying?
No, Kitten and Maine and Moore and
Well,
Maine.
Kenton's got one.
Yeah,
already.
it's still there.
I didn't see it anymore.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look at it again.
it is really hard pulling out of Moore.
It
It
is,
is.
it's
really
dangerous.
hard. It is, yeah.
Let's see
It is.
what size you can get, Dave, for
But
there.
you can
Okay.
get big ones.
Okay,
I should have the money in the budget.
okay. Anything else on the new business? Any communications?
Just that whoever gets information about the parade and whatnot, any changes, let me know so I can put it on Facebook, give people a heads up. Because I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to it.
I mean, as long as it's not so bad, you know. Because I know there's a lot of people that drive the golf carts and stuff like that, so I don't know how well anything like that.
Yeah, right.
Did you put heat in yours yet, Kendall?
Please,
Did you put heat in yours yet?
I've got 3 heaters,
Yeah, he's got 3 of them.
and I put the lights on it yesterday.
Who all is riding with you?
Just me.
Because Frank was gonna get it, but with the weather, he decided not to, and I told her if she still wanted to talk to you, that there might be, I didn't know who might be riding with you.
Yeah, whoever wants to ride.
Okay.
Dress warm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Somebody make a motion, Bill, Dave,
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye. Motion to adjourn.
Motion for adjournment,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I was gonna vote because you did it.
And that commercial where he says you gotta be quicker than that.